Yesterday, Bitcoin broke down and exactly reached our price target, but on today's video, I will talk about the liquidity, because right now, once again, there's a bunch of liquidity piling up above us, but while this is playing out, the funding rates are extremely high, what basically means that the majority of the market is actually long in Bitcoin. So I will be discussing this, the biggest support, the biggest resistance, the biggest things to be looking at right now, together with Ethereum, because Ethereum has been absolutely exploding, and I'm gonna go more in depth about the price targets we have for that. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap up that like button on today's update video. Can we smash it back up at 500 likes? That will be absolutely incredible, especially since the last 2 days we've been predicting these patterns very well here. And I mean, yesterday I exactly talked about this pattern right here on my channel, and I said if Bitcoin were to be breaking below it, we're gonna be breaking down here, and if Bitcoin were to be breaking bullish, we are gonna be breaking upwards. So Bitcoin broke down and exactly reached our price target, and I want to be saying one thing first of all. In these market conditions where Bitcoin is moving super fast, always these patterns, they tend to be working out so well, because yeah, the market is really replying and reacting towards them, and even while we were crushing back towards the upside, we exactly got rejected by this previous resistance support target that right now flipped into resistance. And right now, honestly, if I'm looking at Bitcoin, I want to be looking at a little bit of a lower time frame, and you can clearly see that we're creating a massive downward sloping resistance line here on the 15-minute time frame, and so far every single time we've been retesting it, we've been getting rejected. But honestly, what we can currently see here is that on the 4 hourly time frame, Bitcoin potentially is right now creating somewhat of a bull flag scenario, and honestly, we're just going to be waiting to see how it is going to be playing out here. But honestly, if we do really break more towards the downside, I think that this level right here, the 42,000 US dollars, is going to be a big level of support for Bitcoin. And of course, if we break towards the upside, this is going to be the resistance to be looking at. So let me make the red box a little bit more clear, but this is going to be the resistance box to look at, 44.1 to 44.4. I think that that is going to be the majority of the resistance, since this is of course a previous high in the market where we got rejected from. And if we do move upwards, I do think that could be a level that really could be providing some resistance, especially also since of course that 44.5k level is also historical weekly resistance for Bitcoin. So looking at that level very seriously. But if I'm looking at the data behind the charts, we can currently see that a lot of liquidity is piling up on the top side, sitting around 44.6k. A lot of liquidations are laying there, and if Bitcoin pushes up towards approximately 44.6k, it could liquidate approximately 600 million US dollars in positions. But there is one thing that I really not like right now, and that is that the USDT margin Bitcoin funding rate is extremely positive on almost every single exchange. And this basically means that the majority of the traders are actually trading long right now. And it's not only on Bitcoin, it's almost on every single altcoin. Everyone is trading super long. Honestly, I know what happens if I see this, because historically speaking in the bull run, you tend to see this. And once the funding is becoming so high at some point, we're going to get a flush out, because 0.3% on average, and on some even exchanges even like 5 or 0.05 or 0.06%. So honestly, if we're also looking at Bitcoin, it's going absolutely exponential, and a small pullback wouldn't be all too bad here. So I'm not necessarily saying it has to happen, because I do know that it could be so that we're even going to be pushing up higher, since we're going to be chasing out that liquidity in the market. This is historically a signal where we should be paying attention towards. And I don't want you guys to be FOMOing in towards Bitcoin right now. I mean, honestly, I have already been buying Bitcoin literally on $15,000-$16,000. I mean, I've been buying a bunch of Bitcoin on $16,000, on 20,000 US dollars, even on 25,000 US dollars and $30,000, and even right here as well. But right now, for me, it makes no sense to necessarily ape into Bitcoin around this level, since we are going absolutely exponential, and there are a lot of risks in the market right now due to these high funding rates. So be a little bit more careful right now. But if you want to be trading this move here, or if you want to be trading the next move, because Bitcoin is indeed creating somewhat of a bull flag pattern right now here, if you want to be trading the next move, make sure to go to BYBIT, because if you sign up at account using that link below, guys, you can claim a deposit bonus up to $40,000. And without this link, it's only 400, so it's a win-win situation. And on top of that, you could claim a free 1,000 US dollar airdrop position on Ethereum. And like we know, Ethereum has been going absolutely mad while Bitcoin has been going sideways. So if you want to be claiming this, All you need to do here is go to the link description of today's video, sign up an account using the link below, deposit $100 in your first 7 days, complete KYC, and you could be claiming this free $1,000 airdrop position. And if you can't trade on BYBIT because of the KYC or whatsoever, make sure to check out bitfinex, because bitfinex does allow you to trade without KYC, and you could be using it yourself super easily, super convenient. I use bitfinex as well to trade on, and honestly, it's a very similar platform to BYBIT, but you just don't need to do any KYC, and there are also not a lot of restrictions on it. Right now, Bitcoin has been going absolutely nuts. And actually right now we started to see that Ethereum was really taking out some performance out of Bitcoin. We saw on the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin chart that ETH compared to Bitcoin bounced yesterday in 1 day alone for an approximately 7% against Bitcoin. What is of course quite massive. So what we do know is basically in these cycles, first the money moves to Bitcoin, then to Ethereum, then to the large caps, and then it's altcoin season. So do I think altcoin season is going to come right now? No, not necessarily. I think it could come anytime soon here, since Bitcoin has been so strong towards the upside. And I've been calling this yesterday as well. I called this on my Twitter. I said Ethereum is going to be having the next breakout right here, and this is exactly what happened. This was the breakout what happened. But the same on Bitcoin. The last 2 days I talked about these symmetrical triangles. This is going to be the next move for Bitcoin. This is exactly what happened. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, guys. But honestly, what I'm expecting next for Ethereum is that as long as we're holding up towards the green box, I think we're going to be quite okay here. But Ethereum is still trading in a massive weekly downtrend. So is the weekly downtrend broken right now since we saw a 7% bounce? No, I don't think so, but potentially we could create some more strength here. On the weekly time frame for Ethereum, we broke the ascending triangle, and honestly the next big resistance is literally the level that we're about to be approaching. This is going to be the $2,600 level for Ethereum, and after we clear that level, it's of course going to be $3,500, what is here on the top side. So these are the levels that I'm going to be looking at all for Ethereum as massive resistance, and potentially that could be a level where we could get rejected from. And honestly, if Ethereum does see a retest of this horizontal level right here, it would definitely be a gift, because that will be a massive opportunity to be opening up new trades on Ethereum. Then as well on Bitcoin, this is the biggest resistance that we're currently approaching. This is the first time that we're actually starting to see a cooldown for Bitcoin after this exponential rally towards the upside. So interesting to see. I talked about this level as well on the channel, that I thought this is going to be the biggest level of resistance. I literally charted Bitcoin on my stream, and this is of course what I charted, and this is also the level where Bitcoin is getting rejected from. I think the ultimate resistance for Bitcoin is laying around $47,000, and of course you can see here $47,000 is that previous high in the market right here and the previous low. So could be a very important level to be paying attention towards. But guys, this was it for me in today's update video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.